Cozy games and darkness sounds like a contradiction, right? But here's the thing, some of the coziest experiences you can have come wrapped in shadows, mystery, and a little bit of spookiness. If you're tired of the same old pastel, cutesy, cozy games, and want something that feels cozy but keeps you on the edge of your seat, well, you're in the right place. Today I'm sharing 10 dark, cozy games that prove comfort doesn't always come in bright colours. Let's dive in. In Do No Harm, you're a 19th century doctor treating patients in a remote village where reality is slowly unravelling under the influence of Lovecraftian beings. Azathoth and Cthulhu loom at the edge of perception, twisting the world in ways you can't fully understand and literally warping reality around you. As the days pass, the boundary between medicine and the unknowable thins. Patients arrive with symptoms that defy biology, blurring medicine with eldritch horror. Their bodies responding to forces no human anatomy textbook could prepare you for, as supernatural hallucinations creep into your clinic. Your sanity meter ticks down as you flip through your grimoire-like book of medicine, trying to diagnose conditions that shouldn't exist. Despite the cosmic horror backdrop, the game finds something unexpectedly cozy in the routine of your work. You sit at your small wooden desk, examining patients one by one, flipping through your heavy grimoire-like book of medicine, and cross-referencing impossible conditions with equally strange treatments. Do No Harm is worth your time because it offers a dark take on a job simulator and offers a thoughtful and immersive experience. The cosmic wheel of Sisterhood sounds bleak on paper. You play as Fortuna, a witch who's been exiled to a lonely asteroid for 2 centuries, after defying the matriarch of her coven. You're isolated, powerless, and desperate enough to summon Abramar, a colossal forbidden entity, to bargain for your freedom, a dangerous pact that could reshape witch society itself. From that moment on, you craft a new tarot deck of arcane elements, perform divinations with consequences that ripple across the cosmos, and navigate moral dilemmas where every choice feels meaningful but never clean. The unexpected warmth comes from Sisterhood. Despite your exile, you meet other witches. You read their cards, share their vulnerabilities, learn their histories, and form bonds that feel genuine and intimate. The card crafting mechanic only enhances the coziness. You assemble cards piece by piece, choosing backgrounds, symbols, and energies in the process. Altogether, the Cosmic Wheel's Sisterhood is worth your time because it marries gentle, introspective gameplay with serious, mature themes. It's a game that feels like it cares about feelings, choices, and identity. Duskpunk is poverty, trauma, and revolution wrapped in steampunk grime. It's a dice-driven, narrative-heavy RPG set in a grim steampunk city called Dredgeport, where the aftermath of a war mixes with corruption, poverty, and desperation. You're an ex-soldier scraping by in Dredgeport. You've got nothing but your wits, a wounded past, and a fragile chance to survive. Whether it's success, neutral outcomes, or crushing failure, the dice decides. But you choose what risks you're willing to take. The surprising comfort hides in routine and agency in this game. Duskpunk treats you like a thoughtful player, offering moral complexity without lecturing and choices without obvious right answers. You carve out survival day by day, not through power fantasies but through resilience and intention. For a cozy gamer with a taste for offbeat, unconventional titles, Duskpunk could be a strong fit. Cloudpunk drops you into Novalis. You're Rania, who has recently moved to the city and accepted a job with a semi-legal delivery outfit named Cloudpunk, a delivery service that prides itself on fast deliveries and 0 questions asked. On your first night, you pilot a flying car or hover, weaving through the vertical layers of Novalis to make deliveries across the rain-drenched, neon-lit spires and alleyways, visiting everywhere from the bleak undercity to the glittering towers above the clouds. Some packages you carry are harmless, some hold contraband, some thrust you into moral grey zones where every choice feels personal. The city is beautiful, broken, and utterly indifferent to your survival. The narrative unfolds organically through conversations with clients, which adds layers to Novalis' world. You're witnessing lives intersect during your shift, some heartbreaking, some hopeful. It's chill and atmospheric, balancing melancholy with comfort, which makes it a worthy pick. Darkest Dungeon is a gothic roguelike turn-based RPG, where you're the inheritor of a cursed ancestral estate. Your goal is to reclaim and purge it of unspeakable horrors. You're managing a roster of flawed heroes in this game, sending them into twisted forests, crypts, and ruins, crawling with monsters and cultists, and the ominous presence of creeping madness. You're positioning party members strategically in turn-based combat, but health bars aren't your only concern. Stress is equally deadly. Permadeath is, well, permanent. You lose fully upgraded heroes and they're gone forever, taking their quirks, trinkets, and your emotional investment with them. The coziness here lives in ritual, preparation, and earned triumph. There's something deeply satisfying about the pre-dungeon preparation loop, selecting the right party composition, stocking provisions, weighing risk versus reward on which quest to tackle. Darkest Dungeon isn't for everyone. It's punishing, but if you enjoy games that challenge you mentally, that make you weirdly invested in imperfect characters, Darkest Dungeon delivers an unforgettable, dark, cozy experience. Crown Gambit is a narrative-driven tactical RPG, set in a troubled kingdom which is caught in a brutal war of succession after the king's death. Competing factions, nobles, rebels, and mystical forces all vie for control. You step into the shoes of 3 novice paladins, initially strangers and rookies, whose first mission quickly spirals into chaos. As the story unfolds, you must choose which faction to support. Each decision shifts alliances, affects the characters who live and die, and eventually leads to one of the multiple possible endings. It's not just a simple good versus evil in this game, the stakes and morality are murky. Each of the main characters, your paladins, has their own deck of cards that determine abilities, attacks, buffs, or healing. The combat system in Crown Gambit gives you time to think, strategize, and plan. If you enjoy games that make you think, where calm moments of dialogue and decision carry the same weight as fierce card battles, then this game delivers a dark, fantasy-cozy experience that lingers. Shadows of Doubt is a first-person detective immersive sim set in a gritty, hyper-industrial, procedural-generated, noir-inspired city. You play as a private investigator and your task is to solve crimes, often murders, in a sprawling city full of secrets. You have different ways to approach investigations. You can be by the book, using legal methods and surveillance, or more under the table, like picking locks, sneaking into apartments, hacking security systems, and rummaging through files, or even bribe people for information. The magic is in the methodical investigation loop. There's something deeply satisfying about being a proper detective in a noir-inspired city. Not following quest markers, but actually solving crimes through observation and deduction. It's immersive and creative, giving you agency over how you investigate rather than railroading you through scripted sequences. The aesthetic leans into the noir, retro, cyberpunk, dystopian vibe. Gritty cityscapes, smoky alleyways, dim neon lights, and mystery. All of which creates a moody but immersive vibe that fits dark, cozy sensibilities well. Demeo recreates the magic of a tabletop RPG in a virtual space, whether you're playing in VR or on PC. You're controlling miniature fantasy characters on a beautifully crafted game board, using deck-building card mechanics to navigate dungeons solo or with up to 4 players. Roll the dice, play your cards strategically, and coordinate with your party to overcome objectives that go beyond simple combat. You navigate through dungeon maps displayed as a board. Rooms and corridors are revealed gradually, which keeps exploration tense, mysterious, and engaging. Difficulty scales with your group, and the whole experience captures that D&D atmosphere of leaning over a board, planning your next move while someone inevitably makes a terrible decision. I would say that Demeo is best played with others, but you can definitely get a lot of value out of it solo. But the cozy really lives in that social tabletop vibe. Demeo recreates that specific warmth of gathering round a table with friends, snacks nearby, and everyone invested in a shared adventure. Undertale begins with a human falling into a world full of monsters trapped underground. Your goal is to navigate through the tunnels, caves, and places of the underground, meet various monsters, and ultimately try to return to the surface. As you travel, you encounter monsters, but unlike many RPGs, you're not forced to fight. You can choose to fight, flee, or attempt to peacefully resolve the conflict. Combat in Undertale is a hybrid of traditional turn-based RPG mechanics and bullet hell style dodging. During a fight, you control a small heart, representing your soul, navigating an arena to avoid enemy attacks. Even during tense moments, the game retains a certain softness. Characters are more cartoonish than monstrous, sometimes absurd, sometimes goofy, but always emotionally resonant. This blend of sincerity, simplicity, and emotional depth give Undertale a welcoming but meaningful tone. It's ideal for players who enjoy reflection and emotional engagement rather than just a spectacle. Black Book casts you as a young sorceress in rural 19th century Russia, who's traded her soul for dark powers to save her deceased lover's soul. Determined to bring him back or at least uncover the truth, she inherits the Black Book, a powerful grimoire imbued with dark forces. The game is full of Slavic folklore, blending Christian traditions with pagan myths and folk beliefs. You travel through villages and countrysides, interacting with villagers, solving their problems, facing supernatural threats, and slowly unravelling both personal and folkloric mysteries. Combat and encounters are turn-based, and you use cards to cast spells or invoke rituals, often with a required sequence or order, to fight demons, spirits, or other occult threats. The coziness comes from the methodical playstyle and cultural immersion. If you find comfort in mythology and cultural storytelling, and you love deck building that rewards strategic thinking over quick reflexes, Black Book is a gem that's well worth experiencing. So there you have it, 10 dark cozy games that prove comfort can come with a side of mystery and shadows. But I want to hear from you, which one of these are you adding to your wishlist? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.